North Carolina has banned Jordon Hudson from the football facilities, and that Bill Belichick is the highest paid public employee in North Carolina, which is not ridiculous. I mean, a lot of football coaches are for public universities. But he's making $10 million a year. And Jordon is such a good publicist and so good for his career that she got herself banned from his place of work. His creative muse was so creative, she wrote a story that completely embarrassed him. And now the school, and for North Carolina to put their foot down against Bill. Yeah. So this whole notion of like Bill's in control of the football operation, well, that's gone. Bill's not in control of the football operation. Carolina put their foot down. She's not allowed in here anymore. Your girlfriend, your muse, your assistant, your partner, the real estate mogul that you have operating and using all your money, she's gone. So now he's not even in control of the football operation. I want to hear someone defend him. And I want to hear someone who's not enjoying this, aside from the family.
For a school, this is
who's not to blame for this.
For a school, this is relatively quick too. Usually, it goes through channels, and it takes months to kind of come to a decision. We just barely out of spring practice. I mean, this just happened.
Well, I think you could fire him now. The pressure he's under is that he could be fired, and that there would be like the public wouldn't freak out, right? Like North Carolina football fans, I don't think you could make the argument like if we tried to ban her and he just said no, like what are we supposed to do? He's being being obstinate, like he's just not listening to us, so we had to fire him.
And now Bill has to face the avalanche of questions about this. This is great.
Well, she'll be there if they're off site, and then she can step in and interrupt them. All right. Be Real, who used to be our producer, says, I haven't seen you this happy since Crash came in with those glow-in-the-dark teeth. It is...
the Crash veneers.
Because Nick is making a video of Rob Gronkowski talking about it, and then next I want him to make a video of Hardy reading the news, and I want to see my face.
Well, I think that video's already...
That's already up.
That's already up.
That's posted.
Baby. Oh, that's up on Instagram?
That's up.
All right, well, let's get this Gronkowski thing up.
I think it's on X at the moment. I don't know if it's on Instagram yet.
That's fine. All right, Andrew Callahan from the Boston Herald is joining us. And Andrew, you were scheduled to join us because you and the Herald, you write about the Celtics. You write about everything.
Yes, when duty calls, I'm there.
Yeah, so you were all over that Belichick or the I'm sorry, I can't.
Tatum.
You were all over the Tatum thing,
yeah.
and we'll get to that if there's time, because there's real matters at hand. The Celtics, the Schmeltics. I mean, listen.
They don't play till tomorrow.
Have you heard the news that Jordon Hudson before now? Have you heard that she has been banned from the UNC facility?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What do you think, having someone who covered Bill for all those years, what do you think the reaction in his camp is? His dwindling camp. What do you think that is?
Well, first of all, Fred, I feel like I owe you this because I texted this to Wallach 2 weeks ago. I'm worried. I'm team anxious where you've been at the front of the car, the opposite of whatever hype train would be. I'm there. This has been concerning to me. What is his reaction? I think Bill just might move practice down the street to Chapel Hill High. I don't know. Like,
no, you're kidding, but I'm serious. Like, this is a fairly this is what they did to Guerrero with Brady.
Right.
Yeah.
But Brady was a player. Like, Bill is one thing Bill has always been given, everyone's excuse for him is, and Wetzel wrote a column, Dan Wetzel for ESPN. Bill thrives in chaos. When it comes down to football, he's in control. Well, you can get that narrative off of this now, too. This is unprecedented in his career. Maybe it happened in Cleveland, but this certainly in the last 20 years hasn't happened to Belichick.
No, and I'd say the interesting part about this, too, is the powers that be above him. Because when you remember that he was hired, UNC ran two different coaching searches. One was through their AD, Bubba Cunningham, who got to introduce him at the press conference, despite being the last guy that he reported to. And then you had board members who were all in on this and saw Belichick as being their Deion Sanders. So if they've turned on him, as has the chancellor, whom Belichick actually reports to, then he's kind of SOL here. I don't know that that's the case, but someone obviously did. And he started this whole journey down there without the AD really in his corner. So he might be kind of cornered in a way. You're talking about a guy who's never in a situation like he is now. That's how I look at this. Who made this decision, and does it have any allies left before they've even started summer practices?
Do you think that, like, he'll fight back? Like, do you think he'll – because she yesterday – because now I'm just, like, Googling stuff. She yesterday got into it with she got into it with some football player. Like, she got into it with Robert Griffin III. She went on to Twitter or whatever and started yelling at him because he said that she was a distraction. She's his muse and his media liaison. Do you think she'll stop speaking? Like, do you think this? It seems like a situation where neither one of them are going to like this very much, and I don't know if they're going to follow the rules.
So I'll say this, Fred, because I wrote this many times towards the end of Bill's tenure here in New England. He will sacrifice virtually anything at the altar of winning. And you saw this with the end of Brady's career. You saw this with Matt Patricia and his close confidant, did every single thing he did, fired him at the end of that 2022 season. Sometimes it's the rules, sometimes it's his players, whatever it'll be. This man wants to win. I said this on my podcast within the last month or so. I think they might even be headed for a split. Like, this is the end for him. I understand we've seen everything that indicates she's got her claws really deep into Bill. And this stretches back to 2021, as we all know, in that lovely plane ride. But he wants to win. He needs football. And if this comes to a point where even his family members, who we know double as his coaches and have for years, come and say, this is no good, as obstinate and stubborn and controlling as he is, football is the thing he will do anything else for. And I think it's going to come to that. I don't think she's going to win there.
Oh, she's not going to take that well at all.
Well, if he ends it, Hachi Machi.
Oh, boy.
Jordan, I'll give you a week. I'll leave. You can do the show yourself. If you just talk about, if you talk about anything personal with him, you have an open forum to do whatever you want. You can plug whatever you want. Any dumb business here is you can do anything. And you can put it up on all your socials. You have a free microphone, and I will follow. If you can give me the questions beforehand, and if I agree to them, we can follow your script. As long as you agree about what happened before he was on the ring cam. I just want to know about the night before the ring cam video. Andrew, is this personally satisfying for you, for someone who is talked down to by Belichick for so many years?
No. 12 can tell you the text I sent him back when he informed me we would be talking about this instead of the Celtics, and it was not a happy text.
Why? Why aren't you enjoying it? Do you hate yourself?
No, I just wash my hands of Bill, and not in a way of, like, get out of here. This is just not the stuff that I seek out. Like, I feel like everything I've learned about Bill and Jordan has been almost against my will. Like I said this before, last time we talked about this, I'm much more of a live and let live kind of guy. But as the CBS interview came out, I'm watching that going, okay, when he was the head coach of the Patriots for 24 years, the best thing Belichick did was coach football, obviously. Number two was be his own PR director and control the messaging. And when that blew up in his face, it was like watching him draw up a game plan that we all knew was dog bleep. Like, that to me is the jarring thing. So I would be worried about Bill if I had the time or wanted to spend the energy worrying about him. But this has gone further and worse in a way that I never expected. But I just don't take time out of my day to think about it.
Okay, I'll pick up the time of day that you're not thinking about it to think about it.
That's a friend. You're a pal.
Because it's all I think about. And
I know.
I would avoid this show because it's all I want to talk about. Go ahead, John.
No, I was just going to say, I think a lot of the Patriot beat writers, and Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, we're like, oh, thank God Bill's out of my life. I don't have to worry about him. I don't have to deal with him. I don't have to talk about him. And now he's back, and you have to deal with him.
No, I mean, well, John, the Bill answer would be, I can't speak for them. I can only speak for myself. I think that's honestly true. I would suspect that there are some of them who probably do feel that way. Others, I think, appreciate the fascination and the man and the football brilliance that we get to cover for years and years and years. I mean, you can ask them when they go on the show. For me, again, it's just now like 2 years removed. Like, that's how I look at this. I was never indignant or ever upset at Bill. I knew what I was getting into. Like, if the press conferences bothered me, you would have found me like on a different beat or in a straitjacket somewhere. And that didn't happen. I covered him all the way to the end. We did some great inside reporting with Karen and Doug. And so now it's just like he's out of my life and I'm moving on. We're on to Mike Vrabel.
Maybe you are.
I know, Fred.
All right.
Do you talk about this at home?
People come up to me on the street and talk about it. I've never had anything I've talked about on the radio. I've had people come up to me in locker room. I've had people come up to me on the street. I've had girls DM me. I have everything under the sun happening with this. It's been quite a wonderful ride for me. I finally feel like I'm on the same team as everyone. You might want to get on this. You want to sell some copies of the Herald. You might want this to be your next column, my friend. I got news for you.
If you like that clip, and how could you not? Check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. Point slightly up and to the left. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. Point slightly down and to the left. And for the latest from the Sports Hub, download at 985thesportshub.com.